think December is going to be a wild ride for cryptocurrency. Here's why. Here's what Bitcoin has in store for us for the remainder of the year. In this video, I'm going to outline the possibilities on where I think we're going for December and into January. So without any further ado, let's bring the action. All right, we have some very conflicting things that we need to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. I think that December is going to be a wild ride. Okay? So we've been following this fractal for a long time now. Basically, since 2021, we have been following this fractal perfectly. And we had our breakout perfectly. Now, I outlined the scenario where we would take out the violent upside and the violent downside because it's more of a maturing asset. And relatively, we were basically at this level for 180 days. Now, it looks like that's what's happening. It looks like we have taken out the violent upside, and that would potentially mean that we're going to take out the violent downside. Now, what we can see is we are marching right along just like we did outside of this huge wick up to the upside. We were marching right along. This would put us somewhere in the neighborhood of $40,000, followed by a big old Santa Claus sell-off. So we would be looking at, at this point in time, we'd be looking at a nice 12% to the downside, putting us at about 35,000, 34,800, somewhere in that range. I think that is definitely in the cards. And the thing that's very interesting about what I just said is on the heat maps, on the liquidity leverage chart, there is both a lot of leverage liquidity to the downside as well as to the upside. So I'm anticipating that December is going to be a wild ride. Buckle up, strap in, continue to dollar cost average. Now, on the charts also, we are getting a divergence here. Okay? The stochastic RSI on the daily is sloping to the upside, and the RSI is sloping / crossing to the downside. So this is what they call a divergence. One of them is telling the truth, one of them is lying, but this tells me that something is about to happen. Okay? Now, I will be taking action. Here's what I'm going to be doing. I will be taking action if we get above $42,000 to the upside. I will take a little bit of profit in hopes that we are going to get a buyback. If we get rejected at 39,000, then I'm not. I'm just going to continue to ride, and I will just buy the dip. That is what I will personally be doing. Obviously, this is not financial advice, but that is what I anticipate. After this correction, I anticipate us to be sideways in here until probably April. We're going to get our breakout April of 2024. But relatively, between now and April of 2024, we're going to be between, call it $40,000 and $35,000 for the better part of 6 months. This is the best time to accumulate, ladies and gentlemen. Dollar cost average when it is boring. There are different ways of capitulation. Capitulation means they have shaken you out of the market. Now, way number one is by boredom. Okay? Boredom is a way that they shake you out of the market. You get bored. Way number two is big sell-off, scary wicks to the downside. That's way number two. And way number three is with jealousy. You start chasing Shiba Inu, Elon, whatever. Some other coin is pumping, you sell your bag, and then you buy this other coin, even though that was the top. We're probably going to get all three of them. So have a plan. Stick the course, because this is what they want you to do. They want to shake you out of your position. That is the game. The very best thing for 99% of the people to do is to just buy a little bit each and every week. That's what I'll be doing. I will take a little bit of action if we get above 42,000, and I'll buy back with that sold profit up here. And the only reason to do that is to acquire more Satoshis. If we don't get above 42,000, I'm just going to continue to dollar cost average, and I will be buying this dip. But that is what I anticipate on the horizon, and that's basically where I see us heading into the next bull run. This thing has been playing out. There's a saying, trend is your friend until it is not. Right now, it is still our friend, and we don't have any reason to think that we haven't given any signs that we're going to deviate from this. So therefore, we're just going to keep talking about it until it is no longer relevant. We're still in the full moon energy, which I'm surprised that we're still creating higher highs and higher lows right now. Just a nice uptrend in the most bearish time frame. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing. A lot of liquidity to the upside and to the downside. I think December is going to be a wild ride. This video is brought to you by me and my Patreon. If you were ever wondering how I was able to call the bottom on the day 6 months in advance, as well as the breakout with 2 months in advance, well, look no further. I have a full course for the price of a cup of coffee at Starbucks, as well as meditation, breathing techniques, and over 15 books, over 15 hours, and my private Discord. So help the channel so I can continue to make videos like this for you. But that is all I have for this time. That's a quick little market update. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Peace, love, prosperity. God first. God bless. I'm out.
I'm hustling, 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 hustling,
It's your
hustling,
boy,
hustling,
Ski.
hustling, hustling, hustling.